Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another anime episode review. I am the Rat, and this is The Rat's Nest. Today, I'm joined as always by Kyle. Say hi, Kyle.
Hello, everybody.
Mushoku Tensei, Season 2, Core 1, Episode 11, To You. Not These Feelings. These Feelings was last episode. I am such a fake fan because Kyle asked me what the title of this one was. I said, These Feelings, I think. But then we got to the end and it was To You, and he was like, oh, you're a fake fan. Dude, I am so wearing the fake fan pants. But it's good to be back with mid-show. It's good to be back with mid-show. This was a good episode.
This one, it's one of those where you know what's going to happen early on, but it's still very fun just waiting for the big reveal and getting to see what happens with them in the cave. Like, it was a very touching moment because... Like, the whole, the funny turning point one, mass hysteria teleporting, like that threw Sylphie's life just out of whack. It uprooted her from where she was and pushed her into this weird situation that she would have never otherwise been in. And then finally getting to see Rudeus after all this time and not being able to be honest with him. We kind of get in the breaking point of that whole build up this episode. Especially built up from the last episode where he finds out that Fitz is actually a girl. Yeah, no, I really enjoyed this episode.
Dude, did you see the twist coming that Fitz was Sylphie? Dude, like that, I did not see that coming like at all.
It's so funny you did it twice.
Dude, that's so funny. That's so
practice.
funny.
This is the only official time we've practiced a bit off recording.
Dude, it is far from the only time I've practiced a bit off recording. Thank you very much.
I was going to make the joke and say, and no other time have we rehearsed bits.
Dude,
Never.
I actively think of jokes to make when watching an episode. I actively prepare my jokes. Dude, it's because all these episodes are scripted, fun fact. Every single episode.
Yeah, I know. Exactly. I was just gonna say,
Yeah,
did I read it right according to what you said?
Yeah. I think your pronunciation could be a little bit better, but that'll come with time.
Sorry, Fister Mitts. Yeah, there we go.
That's true. So, before we get into the episode content, which is it's a relatively simple episode. There's not.
Yes.
It's basically one thing that happens. It's not a bad thing, but it's not like you meet somebody, whatever. I do want to say a quick thank you all for 200 subscribers. And for not awesome. One, but two new most viewed videos, because last Sunday, Banana Hoshi passed Sex Fruit, which was my most viewed video. First hit 700, and then 3 days later, Rudeus Gay Arc passed that. And that's at like 920 right now. So thank you all very much. This has been a great period of growth. And I will talk more about all of that and the Rat's Nest kind of thing at the end of next week's episode review, because it's the end of Core 1. But that's not what you guys are here for. You guys are here to talk about Mushoku Tensei. You guys aren't here to talk about Mushoku Tensei. You're here to listen to us talk about Mushoku Tensei, because we run the show, because I edit this on my Dell laptop, because I'm cool and I have a Dell laptop. So, Kyle, would you like to get straight into the episode?
Let's get gay right into the episode.
No freaking way. That's what Rudeus is like, dude. That's so true.
Not anymore.
Like you said at the beginning of the episode, right? Because we come in and Rudeus is like, oh, I could only think about Fitz, ever since, my little guy came back, and then he's been
talking about his penis.
He couldn't sleep. Bro lost sleep over this, which is based.
He was like, so excited that his little mister was able to prop itself up that he just could not fall asleep over it. He was just so gosh darn excited that he had a boner.
Bro got hard for the first time in 2 years. I think you'd be a little excited too.
That's quite the accomplishment, yeah.
But as Kyle said, can't believe Rudeus beat the gay allegations. I said by the skin of his teeth. By no fault of his own, he beat the gay allegations. I think that's a pretty accurate way of putting it. He didn't intend
He was set up. He was set up.
But we had this little beginning scene before the intro. We get to see Luke, and he's like, I'm here to talk about Fitz. And Rudeus is like, look, I don't want any smoke, right? I ain't trying to run hands with you right now, Luke. I ain't trying to, these hands rated E for nobody, right? I don't want any trouble. I'll keep everything under wraps. You know, you don't worry about me. I don't want to make trouble for Fitz. And Luke is like, okay. He's like, you're kind of cringe though. And then Rudeus runs off, and he's like, well, it's not going to be
no. The
easy.
interesting thing that he says, what he says that's interesting to me, and I don't know if he's like being disingenuous or not, or like not being very genuine when he says this, but when he says like, even if I wanted to oppose you guys, I couldn't, or I don't think I could, and then he like kind of awkwardly runs off.
Yeah, I think that's more Rudeus being modest.
Rudeus is, yeah, that's
and
true.
also
Rudeus
speaking
is
to their
very modest
influence. Because at this point, Rudeus does have a lot of influence in the school. I mean, he blew up a Demon King on school grounds. That's going to get you a little bit of cred.
He's the type of person to be like, oh, I'm not that strong, and then blow a hole through the Demon King.
Dude, not even blow a hole, bro. Bro blew him up.
He's the type of person to blow a Demon King.
No freaking way. He's the type of person to kidnap 2 Beast Girls? What? When did that happen? That's crazy. So he has a little bit of cred, but Ariel has a lot of cred, and she's student council president. So I don't, I think it's just a mix of him being modest and being very genuine in terms of like influence, where it's like, he doesn't want to cause any trouble for Fitz, but he's like, but he runs off, and he's like, well, that's going to be difficult for me because obviously he wants to talk with Fitz more. She got him hard. Who is this Fitz character? That's crazy. When are we going to get the Fitz reveal? Oh, it's at the end of this episode.
You had a 40-inch split.
I can't do the bit anymore. That's what you think anyways. You just wait for the future whenever I refer to Sylphie as Fitz. You just wait. It's going to be, where did that Fitz character go? When are we going to get, when is Fitz coming back? Oh my gosh. But we get the intro, good intro as always. And we get into the rest of the episode. Where we get some fun scenes with Ariel and Sylphie and just get to see their friends going along, right? We get to see Sylphie lose all of her composure, absolutely, which is kind of absolutely based. Has to be pulled from the gutter by Ariel. Ariel looking at her with a bro is flabbergasted kind of look. As Kyle
because what happens is they're talking about it early on, and Ariel's like, so. Sylphie, a little birdie told me about what happened, and she confronts Sylphie on. It's like, all right, what do you want to do? Tell me your honest feelings. And Sylphie just kind of loses grip of reality for a sec and kind of slips into some fantasy about having sex with Rudeus, where Rudeus asks her or she asks him, how many kids do you want? And he's like, oh, I'll take plenty. And then they have sex, and that's the fantasy she gets lost in. And Ariel, the little lower quality Ariel like horrified face was pretty funny to see.
It's good. So Sylphie losing absolutely all composure. She realized she's not built for this. That's crazy. But we get to see Ariel basically be like, look, Sylphie, what do you want? I'm tired of this. I'm tired. It's been all season. It's been all season.
It's been all season.
You've been dancing around the issue, right? What do you want? What do you want to do here, right? And Sylphie's like, I want to be with Rudeus. It's like, aw, ain't that sweet? Aw, my heart, aw. Funny, haha, daw meme. It is very sweet. I can drop my layer of irony for a while. I think that...
No, you can't.
I can't. Hey. You should watch my Mushoku Tensei volume reviews. Last one of the weekly ones drops this Saturday. It's volume 16. And if you have,
Brandon, you're right. I will watch it. Brandon, I will watch it. You're right. I will
Kyle,
watch it.
Please don't. Kyle, please don't watch volume 15, which dropped this past Saturday. If you know, you should go watch it. Kyle, please, pretty please, don't watch it. It'll spoil you on a lot.
Please don't watch Mushoku Tensei, insert number here, a volume spoiler review.
Yeah, it goes live Saturdays at 9 a.m. Please don't. Please don't.
Please don't like, comment, or subscribe.
Please don't leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the Rat's Nest. Please don't boost the algorithm. Please don't.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So what happens is, after that, Ariel's like, all right, good to hear your honest feelings on it. What are some strong memories you have with Rudeus? And she recalls 2 instances. The first one being where Rudeus saves her from the bullies, and when he accidentally pantsed her when they were...
Well, it was quite an intentional pantsing. That was not an. It wasn't on. It was.
No, no,
he
no.
was, he
I
was,
mean, I mean,
no. I know. I get
when
it.
I
I
say
get it.
accidental,
But he was
when I
quite.
say
Dude,
accidental,
he
when I say
wanted it.
accidental, you know what I mean. Where he was like, he didn't know that Sylphie was a girl. He just was like, man, why is this fellow boy companion comrade being so awkward? Like, why? And then he did it. He's like, oh, whoops.
Bro figured it out pretty quick. That's crazy.
Yeah. So like that's what I mean when I say accidental. Obviously, no, it was like that was intentional, but it wasn't. He
Yeah.
wasn't
No, I
doing
got
it
you.
for
I
those
got you.
reasons. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so they come up with a little plan, a little
And here, I don't
execution.
think they said it explicitly in the episode, which, like, I mean, it doesn't really matter. But the reason that they didn't go with the first memory of Sylphie being bullied is because they were like, there's no way, like, who would bully Fitz?
No one's gonna.
Like,
First of all,
Fitz is
no one's
strong
gonna
enough
bully Fitz.
to not be bullied.
Second of all, no one's going to even want to play along because Rudeus would kill them.
So they were like, all right, option 2 it is.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. And so then it starts with the wonderful, jolly cast of characters, the Rudeus and cohorts, sitting in the cafeteria when Fitz comes up and is like, "Hey, I got something personal I got to talk to you about." And they go into the hallway, and Fitz is like, "All right, I need your help getting some like winter blossom thing." It's Rudeus correct, like brings up that it's the winter blossom, but it's some plant that only grows in winter, and that Ariel's and her like Ariel was being taunted or not made fun of it. I forget the exact wording.
It was like she was in like a comparing contest.
Oh, a dick measuring contest.
That's That's what I was. Yeah, the dick measuring contest.
Some other people said like, as a party of 4, we could go get that pretty easily. And then Ariel's like, yeah, well, I bet even less people can go get it. And so Sophie's like, I need your help with that. And Rudeus is like, so I'm gonna cheat. And she's like, no. Well, I just want you to come with me. Because what was it exactly that he was like gonna cheat with?
Well, he was like, oh, okay. He's like, well, I can hire adventurers to go get it and give it to you so you can give it. Sophie was like, no, you can't do that. And he was like, no. He's like, but connections are a form of strength, you know. So he's like, no. He's like, we got it. And Sophie's like, no, it has to be us. And he's like, no, it's okay. He's like, well, we can go. He's like, but I can, get stepped leader and sold that. And he said, we can go. And they're just going to coincidentally meet us at the beginning of the forest. That's crazy. And Sophie's like, no, it has to be us. So Rudeus is just throwing out all these very logical alternatives. And Rudeus is like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. So this is where the episode, I'll try to I'll try to recap it as best as I can with like keeping all the relevant information. So they just go into they're walking through the woods trying to get to the place, and Fitz, I'll keep the bit alive for just a bit longer. Just for you.
Way. Thank you. I appreciate it so much.
And Fitz is like, oh my gosh, that's a cool staff. May I see it? And Rudeus says, yes. And then gives Fitz the staff, and then walks ahead, and then you're gonna have to explain like what the ring made it rain.
They didn't say this very. So I could be forgetting details, but as far as I remember it, they like Sylphie had other magicians outside of the forest conjure the clouds, and that's why the clouds come in. The ring it's a magic ring that's linked to another one. So whenever she said the code phrase, they both turned red. So that alerted the people on the outside, hey, like it's time. So they conjure the storms. Then Rudeus goes and he's like, oh, I'm going to dispel them. So he starts to dispel them. And Sylphie helps out the magic of the people outside so that Rudeus can't dispel the clouds.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah, they didn't admit. I wish there was like a scene of like the ring turning red on them and then being like, okay, let's hit it, right?
Yeah, that only needed that should like that wasn't clear because I thought that Sylphie just cast that and then had like strength and magic from holding his staff for whatever reason. It was like I didn't know that it was them.
I don't think Sylphie, even with Rudeus' staff, would be able to hold off his dispelling of that.
Well, true. That wasn't properly.
No.
Anyway,
I'm not
going to fault it either way. It's like, the storm clouds come in. You can't dispel it, and he's like, okay, so like, Fitz, like, we're probably being followed. Fitz probably knows about this. And they're like, well, we can't dispel it. Let's go into a cave. And so they go into a cave, and he holds it up, and he starts, like, taking off his clothes, drying them. And then, I don't remember when exactly he says it, but at some point it's like, this seems very familiar. Where, like, he's drying off his clothes, and then he's like, "Oh, Fitz, you're gonna catch cold. You should probably take off, like, yours. I'll turn around. I'll be respectful. I'll be a gentleman." And he's like, Fitz, buddy, Fitz, old friend, old pal of mine. You're gonna catch, like, hypodermia and die." And then Fitz is like, "No, I don't think I will. I won't take off my clothes. I'm not going to. If you want to, you can take them off yourself." So Rudy's like, "Well, shit, all right." And so then,
It's like
little by little, what?
It's like bet.
So little by little, he takes off just parts of her clothes and ends up leaving her with, like, some top and, like, some panties. And then I forget exactly what leads up to it, but then he pulls off Fitz's glasses and it says, "Mr. Fitz, would your real name happen to be Sylphie?" And then she starts crying. She starts crying and says yes, and gives Rudeus a big ol' hug and was like, "I missed you so much. Like, all these things have happened. I missed you, and I don't ever want you to leave me again, Rudy. I just want to be happy with you." And as far as I know, I mean, that's pretty much it. It wasn't like, in terms of episode content, it wasn't that much, but the ending part was very sweet. It was very wholesome.
The very end, Sylphie's like, "I love you. I've always loved you. Never leave me again, Rudy." It's like, dude,
Yeah, it's one of those where I feel like this needed a whole episode dedicated to it, because, I mean, they've known each other for 6 months at this point. Just kind of coming out and revealing it, just, like, without any like, interesting build up, it'd just be a little weird, kind of just. That's not Sylphie's style. Sylphie does seem like the type of person to try to recreate a memory just to ease into the explanation.
Yeah, Sylphie, it really did take Ariel being like, "Look, if you fuck this up, you can't talk to him again."
Yeah, like, you get your chance.
Yeah, I'm giving you your chance. I'm sick and tired. It's been all season. It's been all season. I'm sick and tired of it.
You know what? It kind of reminds me of the over the top, like, prom or date proposals in, like, middle school or high school. Like, just kind of going over the top to do something a little goofy just to get your point across about how much you love a person. It was endearing, and I appreciate Sylphie a little bit more for that. I like how she ended up just being honest. She didn't try, like, ducking or dodging it. She was just nervous early on because she was just trying to build up to finally confronting.
She was terrified of what if Rudeus had forgotten.
What if he didn't remember? Because that how awful would that be if the person you've been, like, wanting to see forever, like, the person who was essentially the light of your life, you haven't seen them in forever. How would you feel if you gave your all toward this person and they didn't remember you? There was that fear of rejection, almost like Rudeus in a way. And just having that fear of, like, what if he doesn't remember me? It was interesting.
I love it. I mean, funny resident light novel reader, web novel reader. I love it.
Resident Mushoku Tensei fan.
Resident Mushoku. Well, I specifically didn't say that, Kyle, because that's both of us. Yeah,
and you know what? I guess I can't call myself Mushoku
That's
Tensei
both
fan.
of us.
Ask me any question, I can answer it.
Okay, where does Laplace rank in the world?
Hey, you see, that's a very deep, complex question.
It is a very deep, complex question.
It requires knowledge of Turning Point 3 to understand. I myself know this because I myself don't know this.
That's so true. That's entirely accurate, bro.
All in all, very, very good episode. I feel like this is the episode that people would watch and they would reinvest in the what would you call the shit between Rudy and Sylphie?
The relationship?
No, like the funny ship name.
Oh, Rusey.
This
Lucy, if you're cool. You could call it. You
Huge.
could say Lucy because it's like Rudeus and like Sylphie, so it's like the first part of both their names. But it'd be like Lucy, you know, or like Lucy.
I'm just gonna say Rusi. This is the episode that people heavily invest Rusi stocks in. There are people who ship these two, which like, she awful massive L day to be an Eris fan. You know.
Terrible, dude. I would hate to be an Eris fan right now. You know, dude,
I would.
That would be
man,
awful.
I would hate an Eris fan right now. I would hate an Eris fan.
Dude, it would suck to be an Eris fan, dude. If Eris fans are probably crying right now.
Eris fans are probably insecure about how awful their character is right now. Yeah,
that's so true. That's so true.
Look at like this. Look
Eris
at the
fans
relationship.
Probably actively marking the days off their calendar.
I mean, he's known Sylphie longer. He deserves to be with her. He deserves to be with her.
He has known her since he was younger. He has known Eris for the longest. They were together for.
I mean, technically, he's known his mother for the longest. That's the longest female he's known.
No, Kyle. He was with his mother for 7 years. I'm so sorry. I really shit the bed on that one. I said, dude, flame me in the comments. Leave a comment. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. Get flamed in the comments for that one. I don't know why in my head. Roxy. I was thinking of Roxy. I don't know. I was like, no. He left Zenith at 5. No,
he's only known his mother for 7 years.
No, that's pretty based in and of itself. Don't get me wrong.
My mother wasn't there for my own birth.
Oh, I really shit the bed with that one. I'm sorry, everyone. I'm such a fake fan. I'm never beating the fake fan allegation.
It's weird. You've dug such a deep hole as being a fake fan. It honestly just feels like you kind of looped around to being a real fan again.
That's true.
I don't know how.
That's true. Now, and another part of what got me confused, what I was thinking of, is we haven't seen Zenith since Light Novel Volume 1.
Wow.
And we're currently in Volume 9. So that's another thing.
That would be a hot minute or two.
We've at least seen Paul since then. Paul we saw in Volume 5.
Oh, I mean, we know Paul because Paul's involved with literal peak fiction.
That's true. Volume 5 is peak. But yeah, no, I think that Rudeus and Sylphie are. I think they've paced this episode and this season really, really well, in terms of developing their relationship. You know, you could say, oh well, you know, why did it take so long for them to tell? For her to tell him, it's
There's
like
other stuff happening too.
Exactly.
In the background
the
of all
school
this,
arc is setting up. You know, okay, here's these characters. You know, Rudeus is getting introduced to them, reintroduced to them. You know, it's that kind of.
Well, also, I have another thing I want to say. The last episode was basically the trigger for it because this whole time, Sylphie's just been trying to stay on the down low, stay undercover as Fitz. And just do her thing, do whatever. And in the last episode, I mean, that's the first time. I mean, that's the instance where Rudeus is like, "Oh, this is a girl. Oh, I'm not gay. Oh, let's go." And then she gets freaked out about it. And so, like that incident itself, that was the inciting incident that led to her wanting to finally reveal it. That's what I see it as. Where, you know, the other episodes we met Buddy Daddy, you know, Body Gotti and all that. We got the Beast Girl one, getting the slave for making little statues. There was a lot happening during the school arc. A lot of school during the school arc.
Banana Hoshi.
A lot of other stuff was happening. Gears were turning, and you know, last episode was the one where it was finally like, okay, now is a good chance to start in on the subplot of when will she finally reveal this to Rudeus, which happened, you know, resolved now. I am excited to see the next episode and where they go from here, because honestly, like, I'm not going to say this, believe me, like, the school arc hasn't been aimless, but it has felt like a lot of little things have all been happening at once.
Yeah.
And I feel like this arc will have, like, some big plot thread that happens throughout, like, later on. But I'm just excited to see where the next little connecting threads go with what happens after this episode. You know, where are they going to go from here? What's going to happen with the relationship and the dynamics between Rudy and Sylphie?
I'm just wondering where exactly they're going to leave it off at. I think
I
I
just want to
know.
know when
I
Soldad's
think I
going to come
know.
back.
I think I know where they're leaving it off at. But like, also, I don't know if that's like enough to fill an entire episode. Oh no, it definitely could be. Just depends. Just depends how they adapt it and what kind of pacing they choose to go with. It'll be very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and then I'm pretty sure, I haven't checked, so I suppose I can't be 100% sure. Next episode's the last episode of Core 1. And so it'll be fun. It'll be a good time. A good time was had by all, and a good time will be had by all. And then we have to wait 6 months, which sucks.
Wait, 6? I thought it was 3.
Nope, 2 seasons. Spring 24 is when Core 2 comes out. Again, pretty sure. I haven't checked recently, but I'm pretty sure that's when it does. Which is like,
we could always plan out some other miscellaneous Mushoku Tensei videos in the meantime if you wanted.
Dude, I have been cooking. I have been cooking.
I'm willing to participate.
Were we not faithful audience, you will see us with Mushoku Tensei content in the break. I'm not about to let 400 views per video go to waste.
Speaking of, we before the break, we need to get this or the next episode to 1,000. We need to reach
you guys should like, comment, subscribe, and share. You guys should share with all your Mushoku Tensei friends.
Like not even a bit. I mean, I think it'd be really cool if we got this video shared around and got to 1,000 views. I mean, that would just be so awesome to know.
At the same time, I know that there's something next Core that will absolutely get that much. So like,
but wouldn't it be cool to hit a milestone like that? Now we're trying to hit a milestone because I want validation for my opinions.
That's true. That's so true. You guys should validate our opinions down in the comments below while liking and subscribing. And sharing. You guys should do that for us. That'd be crazy.
All in all, good episode here.
Yes, very good episode.
Let us know what you guys thought about it in the comments. I'd be curious to hear your thoughts. What did you guys feel? Did you guys feel like someone hit your heart with like a hammer when this happened, or did you not care? Because if not, I'm gonna hit you with the hammer.
I can go ahead and say, like, I'm surprised I haven't mentioned this. Yeah, I just didn't even think to. Like, whenever I first read this from the web novel, because I first read this before like the manga had gotten to it and before the light novel had been published, I read this in the web novel. I loved it because I was like, dude, Rudeus finally has someone who loves him again after Eris left him. And it's like,
after his penis left him.
Damn, and it's like, I love Sylphie and I love all their interactions and I love their relationship. And it's like, I remember when I first read it, I was like, dude, I was like moved by it. Because I love this series. I was just like, damn. I was just like, dude. I was like that.
Okay. So it's one of those where, and don't worry, like this isn't gonna go where you expect. I don't really cry a lot with media.
Yeah.
And I didn't, and I obviously didn't hear. I mean, it wasn't that deeply touching to me, but it was still like, it was still, it hit a sweet spot. I was like, oh, like that's sweet. It was a sweet moment.
Yeah.
If you disagree, you're dumb.
If you disagree, you obviously don't know literature. Speaking of literature, you should check out my light novel reviews. All right, well, if you're this far in the episode, then obviously there's something you like, so make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment telling us what you thought about this episode in the comments, and tell us your favorite part or something. I don't know. I think I messed up my script a little bit. Well, thank you all for watching. We hope that you all enjoyed, and we will see you all next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.